What's going on, YouTube? Come back at you with another video. Right out the gate, shout out to Crown TV on YouTube. Been coming with the daily updates on this ARAB trial. Nobody else in the media is covering this case, which is actually shocking to me. So all the information that's coming out is pretty much coming from Crown TV, doing a great job with this story. Make sure if you like the videos that I've been bringing you that you subscribe to them, support what he's doing. But I did a video on this before. This is the situation with Hans Gadsden and his whole giving a statement to the FBI. Now, that mistake seems to be catching up with him in court. Apparently, this whole situation is now, come forth as far as in this trial. Hans Gadsden made a big mistake initially when he was first arrested. I'm going to break it all down for you. Basically, this paperwork, which I already covered, is from a motion. This is actually the denial from a motion to suppress cell phone evidence that was filed by Hans Gadsden's attorney. Basically, he was claiming that Hans Gadsden never gave consent for these phones to be searched. The FBI was saying he did give consent. Ultimately, the court chose to go with the FBI statement, saying basically that his testimony held more weight than Hans Gadsden, and that everything that Hans Gadsden was doing on the day of his initial arrest was contradicting the fact that he would not have given consent. So I'm going to read this to you. Again, this is a big mistake that he made, and this is going to come back and haunt him, and it is now. I'm going to read this to you. The court, faced with a dispute about whether there was actual consent or not, determines that Agent Becker's credibility deserves more weight than Mr. Gadsden. The primary reason for this finding is that Mr. Gadsden's assertion that he denied consent to search his phone is totally inconsistent with his behavior that day. Mr. Gadsden waived his Miranda rights and gave a lengthy statement to the FBI, which included many incriminating statements. Certain parts of the transcript show that Mr. Gadsden was attempting to be completely honest and candid with the agents in his knowledge of the conspiracy alleged in the indictment. So, first mistake Hans Gadsden made was waiving his Miranda rights. Never, and I repeat, never, if you're ever in a situation where you're talking to the police, you're talking to the feds, you're talking to anybody, never waive your Miranda rights, ever. There's absolutely no reason to do so. Number two, the other huge mistake that he made in this situation was giving a quote-unquote lengthy statement to the FBI, which included many incriminating statements. Some people out there are going to call him a snitch. Some people are going to say he's not because he wasn't telling on anybody. The end of the day, it was a mistake doing what he did. There's no reason that he should have talked to the FBI. There's no reason that he should have waived his Miranda rights. As soon as the police, the feds, or whoever have you and they're trying to interrogate you, the only thing you need to tell them is, I need my lawyer present. Anything short of that is not going to be in your best interest. Unless you're planning on being a full-blown informant, snitch, as related to whatever situation you have going on, you don't give any statements, period. There's no need. There's no need to give the police any statements unless you're planning on snitching fully. That's just what it is. Hans Gadsden, in this case, from my understanding, as far as trial goes, is not snitching. He's not coming out and pointing the finger at nobody else. But, again, the mistake that he made that's going to haunt him forever, as far as this ARAB case goes, is the fact that he gave a lengthy statement to the FBI, and not only gave a statement, but from what they're saying, from what the FBI has sworn to, that his statement included many incriminating statements. So, bare minimum, he told on himself, and bare minimum, it looks like this could potentially damage the case or defense as far as ARAB is concerned. But again, Hans Gadsden did not come out here trying to snitch. He did not do what Dantes Stewart did. This is not the same type of situation. He made a mistake that a lot of people make out there. And once you make it, there's no fixing it because the feds are going to present this. They're going to present your statement. They're going to let everybody know that you made a statement. And in the end, even if you weren't trying to snitch, even if you're not a snitch, they're going to make it look like what you did was snitching. So you got to be real cautious about how you move. Hans Gadsden was really not even caught up in this indictment that much. There wasn't that much allegations as far as he was concerned to what he was doing. And to be honest with you, this whole case, now that I've really been looking at everything, this whole case is a lot, at least as far as ARAB is concerned, is a lot of circumstantial evidence. There's not that much actually tying him to anything. The person who is tied to the most is Dantes Taz Stewart, the snitch. So Dantes Stewart is basically, he's trying to save himself. He's trying to throw everybody else under the bus in order to secure himself a more lenient sentence, which is crazy to me. I'm hoping that the jury sees that and realizes that there's not that much actual evidence against ARAB, especially not enough to give him a life sentence. But from what we've seen and what's been presented at this case, the feds really don't have that much. They really needed Dantes Taz Stewart to come forth and do what he's done, because without him, the case is super weak. So hopefully, again, these jurors see through the bullshit and they realize that this guy is trying to save himself. He clearly admitted to being a part of certain things. And the fact that he now is ready to throw everybody else under the bus to try to get out should let you know that you can't believe what he's saying, because these people will say anything once they get in that position to try to get free. So the moral of this story is, again, if you ever get arrested by the police or by the feds or whoever, do not give them any statement at all. As soon as they have you in an interrogation room, the only thing you need to say to them is, I need my lawyer present. That's it. There's nothing else to it. They're not gonna, if you start talking to the police, they're not going to be like, oh, well, thanks for talking. We're going to make sure we look out for you. We're not going to charge you. That's not ever what happens. If you watch the first 48, everybody who talks to the police, 99.9% of them end up getting arrested and charged with the same crime that they were going to get arrested and charged with regardless. Talking to the police is a no-no in any circumstance, and it's just not what you want to be doing, because like this, in this case, Hans Gadsden, in my eyes, he's not a snitch. He wasn't trying to point nobody out. As far as from my understanding with his paperwork, he may have said some things as far as himself was concerned, but he didn't step up like Dantes Taz Stewart, get on the witness stand and start pointing fingers. The mistake he made, though, and again, it's a costly mistake, was talking to the feds at all. Hopefully, you people out there, learn from this and don't make the same mistake. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I appreciate you watching. Hit the like, subscribe, share. Make sure you ring the bell and leave some feedback. Appreciate you. Peace.